Hey everybody, welcome to video 8 in the SMA Journey 51 series. Today I'm going to be doing my second Q&A for the week, and these are questions that you guys had sent me either through my email, Twitter, or those of you that subscribe to my YouTube channel have sent me. And these are a combination of your questions and mine. I just wanted to remind you that on Tuesday, February the 14th at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Cure SMA is going to be doing a live webinar with regards to the Spinraza treatment. And they're going to be answering a lot of questions from users like us with regards to the treatment and the insurance coverage and some other key areas that we as SMA patients and upcoming patients of this new treatment are going to be asking. So let's get started. On your screen, you're seeing an email that I sent to Cure SMA. While I was filling out the registration form for this webinar, they didn't provide a large enough area for me to include all of the questions. So I called Cure SMA and they just told me to send an email. And what I'm going to do is I'll provide the email link to Cure SMA so that if you either forgot to list a question on your registration or if you have further questions that you want them to answer, you can send it to them via email. So with regards to these questions, these are not only your questions, but they're some of mine. Question number 1. For those of us with SMA, what results could we expect once we start the new Spinraza treatment? Should we expect results after the first injection, or will it take multiple treatments before we possibly see any benefits? Now, I'm pretty sure that they're going to come back with an answer like they really can't give us sustained results, meaning that the only people that have really been through this treatment are those that went through the testing phase of Spinraza while they were getting it approved and passed through the Food and Drug Administration. So they're probably not going to be able to give us definitive results. The results that they've given us so far seem to be very promising. Question number 2. For those of us with SMA that have Medicare Gold covered by Humana, will this insurance cover the cost of the Spinraza treatment? Now, I also addressed the question with regards to traditional Medicare at a later question down toward the bottom of the page. And we'll get to that in just a moment. But I've got Medicare Gold covered by Humana. So I'm just wondering whether or not the Medicare portion will cover it or whether or not the Humana insurance part will cover the drug. Now, I'm thinking that insurance will cover the cost of this, because this is not a treatment, or this is not a test drug now. It's already been passed by the FDA as an actual treatment. So if your doctor writes this and uses the wording such as that this is medically necessary for you as an SMA patient, your insurance should cover the cost. Now, whether or not they cover the full cost or just a portion of the cost, we don't know that. This is something that you're going to have to talk to your doctor and your insurance carrier about. Question number 3. Since this Spinraza treatment will be done via a lumbar puncture, will patients undergoing the treatment be allowed to be sedated by an anesthesiologist? We all know that lumbar punctures are very uncomfortable to go through, and many of us are concerned with the amount of discomfort that we would have to endure while going through our treatment. Knowing that an anesthesiologist would be available to sedate us would give many of us peace of mind. And this is a question that a lot of you have asked, and this is a question that I've had as well. You know, we really don't know whether or not that we'll be able to be sedated to the point to where we're asleep, or will they just sedate us to the point to where we'll be able to undergo this treatment with limited amount of discomfort. So again, this is something that you're probably going to have to just talk with your doctor and maybe even talk to an anesthesiologist about. Question number 4. We all know that results may vary from one patient to the other. How enthusiastic are you that the positive results will outweigh the risk of going through the Spinraza treatment? Now, with any new treatment, there's always going to be risk, and you have to weigh the benefits of the risk versus the reward. Me personally, at my age, I'm going to go through this no matter what, and I truly believe that the risk is going to be worth the reward. I think we're going to see more benefits come out of this than anything else. So let's keep a positive attitude. But again, this may be something that they address in this webinar on Tuesday, February the 14th. Question number 5. For those SMA patients who have traditional Medicare, will this treatment be covered? Now, again, I say that it probably will be covered just for the simple fact that this is not a test drug anymore, since it's already been approved for treatment most insurance companies should carry it. And what I've heard through the grapevine is that Medicare is going to cover it, but they're trying to come up with the coding for it so that treatment centers will be able to code it properly. Now, again, this is just what I've heard. I haven't seen anything in writing. This is just stuff that I've heard through the grapevine itself. The next image that you're seeing on your screen is a response that I sent to an individual that lives in Saudi Arabia. I've had 2 users that live in Saudi Arabia that both have children with SMA, and they're wondering whether or not Spinraza will be available in Saudi Arabia so that they can receive the same treatment that we have. So I wrote back and I said, with regards to the Spinraza treatment being available in Saudi Arabia, right now in the United States, the FDA, or the Food and Drug Administration, is responsible for approving new drugs. I did a little research and found out that your equivalent to our FDA is the Saudi Food and Drug Authority, and I also provided them a link so that they could get to their website. I'm not sure if this is correct, and I'll keep searching. If I find anything else, I'll let you know. Like I said, do not give up hope, because we will work together to try to get you an answer. So if any of you guys know anything about Saudi Arabia and how they process new drugs or new treatments, please send me a response and I'll make sure that they get it. Now, I didn't just leave it at that. I also sent an email that you're seeing on your screen to Cure SMA. And I said, to whom it may concern. I have a few friends that have children with SMA that live in Saudi Arabia. They have heard about the new Spinraza treatment and were wondering how they can get information with regards to bringing this treatment to their country. After doing some research, I found out that the equivalent to our FDA in Saudi Arabia is the Saudi Food and Drug Authority, or the SFDA. Please help if you can. These are parents of children with SMA who are scared and need information with regards to Spinraza because they want the same hope for their children as we have here in the United States. And I also provided links to their email so that they could also email these 2 individuals. Now, I've grayed out the email contacts for these 2 individuals right now because I have not received permission to share their information with everybody watching on my channel. But if I do receive permission from them, I'll give you their email address, and that way you can contact them as well. Okay, guys, these are questions that we all have. This is new to all of us. Okay, we're going through this together. So I hope that these Q&A sessions are helping. If you have any questions, send me an email, follow me on Twitter, subscribe to my YouTube channel, or just send me a message down below. If you want some anonymity, if you don't want to know, or if you don't want everybody to know what your question is, make sure that you send me an email. And all of my contact information is at the end of each video, and it's also in the description field below each video that you watch. I hope you guys have a great day. God bless you, and until next time.